Hello, it's Hiliadan, and this is round 9 of the PBEM 2017 Duel Tournament. I'm playing versus gabthegab, who is French like me, and he has only one defeat on the battlefield.com, the community website for Age of Wonder. He was vanquished only by Jean de Metz on the previous round, where he played, so round 7 actually. And before that he was never. I played several games versus him, lost all the time, so I'm not expecting to win this game. I'm in kind of semi-final of the tournament, so that's already quite good. And Gab is a very aggressive player, so I'm not planning to build a second city because that would be giving it to him. So I'm going to focus on unit production on this game, unlike the previous game where I expanded a lot versus Marcus Bez. What else? Gab played 5 matches because he won all his matches except the one versus Jean. So he cannot play Rogue and Theocrat in terms of class, because in this tournament you cannot play twice the same class or race. I'm playing for the second time Draconian Sorcerer, but that's because I played 8 matches already, because I lost at some point, so I was in the loser bracket, whereas Gab was on the winner bracket. And he can play only high health, human, Draconian or Frostling, so I'm expecting him to play Rogue, because I expect him to keep human Theocrat for the finale versus Jean de Metz. And so Rogue and probably Draconian or Frostling, I guess. So I'm quite fearful of the Shadow Stalkers, even the lesser Shadow Stalkers, especially since I'm playing Draconian and I've got Frost weakness. But at the same time, Draconian is a very good race because of the innate fast healing from Draconian, and also the additional mana, and also the racial governance, which is quite good for sorcerer. So obviously the Apprentice is also one of the best Apprentice. So I think it's a strong combination. I used it on round 5 versus Mr. Hawk. Went pretty well. So yeah, the shrines can be cheaper. This is not really useful, but you've got the regrowth ability on Crushers and Charger, which is quite nice, and then you've got additional casting points, but we are never going to get to champion, I think, in this game. I expect the game to end around turn 20 to 30, with a big rush from Gab on between turn 10 and 20. Especially since we've got a bad configuration when I'm starting on the north side of the map, so it's likely to be here, and the map is shorter north-south compared to west-east, so it can rush me pretty fast. So actually I might have done a first mistake here by moving west, because I'm wasting 1 time to get out, because it looks like I'm surrounded by water and I can only exit east. So I might have started with a mistake right from the beginning of the match, and I also did 2 other mistakes. One was not taking the gold, so I cannot rush the builder's hall because it's 4 turns and I don't have enough gold. And second was I moved my AD quite far east, and so I was not able to come back. I didn't check the ancient ruins soon enough, so I had moved the AD before. I think these ancient ruins can be won. I'm going to cast a Wisp probably next turn, and that would make it even easier, I hope, at least. And this gold mine might be tougher because 3 spiders and 2 hunter spiders can phase, so it's quite risky if I'm unlucky, and I don't want to take that kind of risk, so I might not clear the mine, which seems a bit weird, but I don't really want to make mistakes in this game. We will see. So I'm building a Builder's Hall. I would have wanted to rush it, probably going to rush it next turn. And then I'm going to build some hatchlings, because they can evolve into flies, if I'm lucky. And you see I've got a lot of mana because I took a mana pile here with my leader and then I moved back. I'm starting with 2 crushers, which is not really good for me because it means I don't have that many range units, so it will be difficult for the fights to kill units from a distance. So I will see. I've got 2 cartographer tents, which I'm not using now. I'll use them later with the wisps after I meet my closest independent city to reveal the cities from Gab and extra. And then here I've got something nice, a scroll site. So it means I'm probably going to be able to research guerrilla tactics early on, and it's going to be very useful, just like in my game versus Mr. Hawk. I hope maybe I will get it from the Ancient Ruins straight away, because the Ancient Ruins unlock one of the spells you've got in your research in your spellbook, so it might be guerrilla tactics. For now I'm going to produce Apprentice, because as I said I'm not going to build a settler, so after I finish the Builder's Hall I'm going to go straight for Apprentices and Dragon in Hatchlings, depending when I finish each of them, of the research I mean. So I got AD hero proposal. That's a human. She's not very happy with the volcanic area, volcanic climate, but AD is good. It has healing, it has befriend animal, it can get call ancestral spirits at level 5, which is very, very strong, as illustrated in my game on versus Mr. Hawk. So that's quite a mirror game when I get also an AD. And also Hiled Mayflower is nice because she has Nourishing Meal as a starting spell, which is definitely very useful to heal and do more battles every turn. So I would have preferred to get a Theocrat or maybe even a Sorcerer, but AD is fine. Also, so my spec, I didn't take the same thing as versus Mr. Hawk. Versus Mr. Hawk I was Destruction Adept, Partisan and Greyguard Adept. I hesitated a lot between Greyguard and Shadowborn, but in the end I went for Shadowborn. The main reason is that in Shadowborn all the spells, all the skills are useful, I think. They do not hit yourself, whereas for Greyguard, when you play Sorcerer, some of the spells are doing damage to your own units because they are magical origin, and I don't expect the game to go very far. So Seed of Distrust is my target. I hope I can unlock it, and then I might be able to cast it on a city or dwelling near Gab, and maybe cancel one quest he wants to do, which would really be a pain in the ass for him, removing the reward, the experience, and also wasting all these movements he put going to other quests. And it's a very, very good spell. 10 mana, 5 mana upkeep. Gift of Necron can be quite strong in big battles if I unlock it. Embrace Darkness is obviously quite good, and Black Lightning is very good, and also Spirit Breaking is... actually Black Lightning is not very good, it's average, but the Spirit Breaking is very nice if you want to do some mind control. So I've got Embrace Darkness in my spell book, and I guess I'm going to research Apprentice, Guerrilla Tactics, then Embrace Darkness to try to unlock Seed of Distrust. I don't have very good spells to start with. I've got Dread Omen, which is not really interesting. I've got Killer Instinct, nice but nothing crazy, and Static Sphere, nice, can be quite strong if you're lucky. but not a direct damage spell. And so yeah, Carissa's Rally is not really useful for me. And my AD, she has Revive Instinct, Root Spears, plus Strike. Yeah, so nothing crazy either. Yeah, the arbitration with Greyguard is that Greyguard has Essence of Harvest, that gives plus 5 CP for each unit you kill. And I know it was instrumental, it was not instrumental, but it was quite useful for Jean versus Gab in the game on round 7. But I thought, yeah, but I'm probably going. It's good to have a lot of CP, but I'm probably going to lack mana when I lose my throne. So let's go for Seed of Distrust, and it can be quite devastating versus Gab, I think. I hope. So the overall strategy, why I chose Sorcerer, is that Jean bet Gab with Sorcerer, so I thought let's try to do the same. Because Gab is really a very aggressive player, attacking you, destroying everything, keeping your cities, not raising them actually. But he has difficulties if he doesn't have any target to attack. And playing Sorcerer, you can be invisible thanks to Master Illusionist, so that's one good thing. You can float with your leader, your units also float, so it's hard to follow you. You've got good mobility, and that's big advantages versus Gab, I think. So the strategy is to get moving, get some floating units, class units, get some nice apprentices, and then just clear all the sites on the map and wait for Gab to make mistakes and beat him, just like Jean did. I hope it can work. I didn't do any fight this turn. Unspent upgrade points. Oh, that's kind of a bug. Okay, so thanks for watching, and see you next turn for the first fight, and wish me good luck. Bye.